All right, so I've been thinking. Is it good? Is it
Yeah,
good?
it's good.
Okay. So I've been thinking what we're gonna do tonight, and I want to have carne asada tacos because the weather today is perfect. We are confined, and I just want something to spice it up. So what I'm gonna do right now is I need to prepare the meat, and I want to marinate. I want to marinate for at least 2 hours, but I'm actually I'm planning for more like 4 hours. This marinade I've created over years, and it's all about bringing sort of some of the spiciness. So I have some spring onions. I have some coriander that it was a leftover from other recipes that I had. I have a chili here. I have some leftover lime, and I have some limes, and I have an orange. And it's all about tenderizing the meat. So the first thing that I'm gonna do is actually forget about the meat. Is I'm gonna chop that coriander that I had. Finally, because I want all those flavors to get out, with all the meat. Also gonna use some of these spring onions. So we're gonna get spring onions as well. This is looking a little bit old, but that's okay. We'll put them out. Remember, this is just a marinade. None of this, once it's cooked, all of this is gonna go away. But it's just to bring that flavor into the meat. Now I'm gonna add my chili. Again, it could be any chili. This is a green chili, could be a jalapeno, could be habanero, if you're lucky to have some at home. I don't have any, but this one will do. And we'll mix it all together. This is gonna be the base, this is gonna be the freshness that I want it to marinate. When you cook this, and it's sort of like the cover of your meat, it just brings all those flavors into the mix. Alright, so all this goes into the bowl. I have that now. So I have this almost a half of a lime that I already have in there. Goes in. I'll do another lime. And what lime is gonna do is gonna help tenderize the meat. So just a little bit more lime. More lime. And it's actually a good time of the year to get limes. The limes are cheap, so it's time to use them. One orange. If you want more, that's fine. It's up to you. But it's a lime. I use the lime and the orange as a tenderizer for the meat, and it's a natural tenderizer for it. Doesn't matter if the seeds of the orange go in there. They're actually gonna go out once we start grilling the meat. The next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit of vinegar. This is apple cider vinegar, but it could be any other one. Just a bit salt because I need that to season my meat. A little bit more, and that's it. Then I get my meat. So in this case, we have a flank steak. Could be any. Normally, if you wanna tenderize something, you don't have to go for a very expensive meat, but this one will do. Look at it, flank steak, ready to go. And then I'm just gonna add it to all this. Wanna make sure that the meat, sinks in the mixer, in the marinade. Here it's going in. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna put some clear wrap on top and put it in the fridge, and it'll be there for the next 4 hours. So I'll see you in 4 hours when this is gonna be ready to be cooked. Alright, so now that the meat has been marinated for 4 hours, and look at all those juices and the kind of smell the orange, we're gonna sear it. And to sear it, I've put this into a high heat. Just gonna put it low for now, and then we're gonna put this flank to sear. So it's gonna take about a couple of minutes on this side, and then a couple of minutes on the other side, and then I'm gonna let it rest. Whilst it's resting, I'm gonna make some tortillas. So let's give it a couple of minutes. So now let's flip it. And then what we're doing is just searing. And what I mean by searing is we just want one layer of the top layer and the bottom layer to be slightly cooked. Then we're gonna let it rest when it rests, it actually tenderizes the meat further, and also gets all that blood out, and it's actually gonna make the meat so much better. So now that it's been seared, put it to rest. Okay, two sides are ready. Let's sit it there for a second. When I put it back, I'm gonna use some of that stuff that I already cooked. Now we want to do some of the stuff whilst I have the fire. I want to make salsa. We have some leftover salsa from before, but I want to have more because salsa is always important. So what I have is onion, capsicum, a couple of tomatoes from the veggie patch, and that's about it. That's all I need. Right. The other thing that we want to do while we're here is we're going to reheat some tortillas. I have a big bag today because we have to feed 4 people tonight, so we're gonna reheat it. Now I'm gonna reheat them here. As I've showed you before, you can do it straight on the fire. You can do it in a barbie, 2 tortillas at a time. And then by the time you end up like putting a few, then that means almost time to flip the first ones that I put in. These ones are ready. Once they're soft and ready, we put them in the tortilla warmer in a tea towel. So this tortilla warmer, they are from Mexico and they're very good. A tea towel will do the same job, but really it's all about keeping that moisture. See, the moisture is coming out. Put it in there. Put them in there. The next thing I'm gonna do is this flank that has been rested. It's been rested for about 5 minutes. We're gonna put it back. You can let it rest for longer if you want. So it's going back. And all these juices that I have from before, gonna go in again. I'm just gonna put it on top. I have the juices, I have the chili, I have the onion, all that going back. And then when I flip it again, I'm just gonna use the rest. And then off we go. Then we're just gonna chop it and then make them into tacos with those tortillas that we just reheating. Alright, so I've flipped the meat once, so it's been about like 5 minutes and maybe another 10 minutes on the back. I think it's ready to go. Look at that. Looks delicious. We also put some zucchinis because we have a lot of zucchinis from the veggie patch. But this meat is coming out, so I'm gonna put it on chopping board. And it just looks great. Looks amazing. Let's check it out. Oh, perfect. Look at that. Still red inside. Still has those juices coming out. Look at that. Ooh. Just perfect. Just the way that I like it. All right. So, in order to make some tacos, let me cut up one more slice. Then what we do is we'll do small chunks of it. This is what I call carne asada. As I said, this is a recipe that I've developed over the years. This is the same, very similar recipe to what we use at the restaurant. Obviously, the one at the restaurant has to go a little bit into more commercial. This is the beginnings of that recipe. So I have a very soft tortilla. So I put some of that meat in there. I have some wok, and I'll show you a recipe for wok later on. Actually, we'll put some more meat. Good. This is the leftover salsa that we have from the other day. A little bit of that. See, there's one taco there. All right, so here we go. Let's go. A carne asada tacos.